Hi everybody. Today I'm here at Dave's Perfection Automotive at 1804 South 1st Street in Austin, Texas. And we're going to be talking about the Hot Rod Revolution, and that's going to be taking place in Green, Texas on Saturday, November 23rd. And it's going to be featuring all pre-1948 hot rods. And here at Dave's, they do a lot of work on a lot of different cars, both modern and classic. And today we're going to be showing you one of the cars that's going to be in the Revolution, hopefully. And we'll be talking with Steve Wertheimer, who is one of the movers and shakers in the Hot Rod Revolution, along with Ryan Cochran from Jalopy Journal and Will Musk, who is a fellow Continental. Hey, Steve.
Don't forget Keith Tardell.
Oh, and don't forget Keith, no.
Keith Tardell, one of the colors for Rex Rod and Chassis out of California. And, hopefully there's some surprises in store for Keith. Can't tell you about that now, but we'll tell you about it later. We are here at Dave's Perfection, where I spend most of my daytime hours, and we're getting ready and gearing up for the 7th annual Hot Rod Revolution, which is a show that started out in Pin Grove, California, which is up near where Keith and Mary Tardell live. And Keith and Mary and Ryan and Marcy Cochran kind of dreamt this thing up one night over margaritas out in California, and decided they wanted to do kind of a quality over quantity type show. And both Keith and Ryan are both very involved in traditional hot rodding and custom car world, and they decided they were going to kind of make an invitational traditional show and have it up in Northern California. And I was fortunate enough to be on the road at the time with one of my cars, which was a Tom Warren Roadster, which is just a quintessential early Texas hot rods. It was a car that had been put away, a real survivor, and I was taking it around the country at the time, and actually was able to go to that first Revolution, and it was really amazing. The quality of cars there, and cars that a lot of us never get to see, that guys pulled out special for this show. The show, it's around anywhere between 100 to 150 cars, and like I said, most of them are survivors. They were cars that were built back in the 40s and the 50s and are pretty much untouched. And the criteria for actually having your car qualified to be on display in the main part of the show, it's pretty stringent, and it's a really tough job that we stuck Ryan with. He's the one who gets to be the censor and decide what gets in and what doesn't get in. But for all the cars that don't get in, that are actually older cars and vintage stuff, we also have preferred parking at the show, which makes it nice for everybody. So there's 100 to 150 cars that are registered cars, and probably another 100 cars or so that are just all our buddies who don't have something that would qualify as pre-1948. So to back up a little bit, the show started in Northern California. There was a lot of Northern California cars out there. A few guys that come from other parts of the country for the Revolution, and they did it out there for 3 or 4 years. And Ryan, who now lives in Austin, decided he wanted to try to do this thing locally. And so we were fortunate enough, I guess 4 years ago, we were able to stage a show at the Seaholm Power Plant, which is the old power plant that's right in the middle of downtown Austin, right on Cesar Chavez and 3rd Street. And it's an amazing Art Deco structure that was built back in the 30s, and it was just an incredible backdrop for all these cars. And I mean, the pictures from that year were amazing, and you can still see them if you go online and just do a search for Hot Rod Revolution, Austin, Texas. There's tons of pictures from that year, and unfortunately, because of what's going on here in Austin and all the development and all the people moving here and, downtown just being on fire, Seaholm was not available for us anymore. We got to do it there 1 year. Once they get all the property developed, the guys who are actually building all the structures over there and building the condos and shopping and all the rest of that stuff over there, they're really interested in having us come back there once they get done. But right now it's a war zone over there. There's construction. And so we wound up having to move the show, and we moved it to Camp Mabry and did it out there for a couple of years. And that is, as most of the people in Austin know, it's one of the oldest, if not, I think it is the oldest active military base in the state of Texas. And they have an incredible military museum with a lot of vintage military vehicles. And so having the car show out there on the grounds, was a perfect fit for the Revolution and what we were bringing out there, and get to see all the vintage military vehicles. It was pretty cool. We did it out there for a couple of years, and this year we decided to change venues again. We kind of keep moving this thing around in historic Green, Texas, which is about 45 minutes down the road from us, where one of the great dance halls in the country lives, Green Hall. We decided to move it down to Green this year, and we're having it right on the river in the Rockin' R
Ranch.
The Rockin' R Ranch, which is a place where you can rent tubes and float down the river and do all that kind of stuff. It's a little cold to be doing that right now, but it's a great venue for a car show. It's on the river. It's right behind Green Hall, and for those of you who have never been to Green, Texas, that place is pretty amazing what they've done with that. It was a little sleepy town right outside of New Braunfels, and a lot of great historic buildings, and they've really turned that place around, and it's full of lots of tourists are down there on the weekends, and we're hoping to capitalize on some of that and kind of incorporate the vintage cars with the vintage town, and I'm just. It's a week away. We're getting ready for it. We've got all the music lined up. There'll be music all day. It's on Saturday, November 23rd. The gates open at 10 a.m. in the morning. The music starts at 11, and we have 3 bands playing that day. Push Rod. We have the Texas Blue Dots, which features the illustrious Sean Young, who's walking around here in the garage. He's a mechanic over here at Dave's also, and the Ugly Beats are going to close out the show. And like I said before, it's limited. The registered cars are limited to pre-1948. It's mainly survivor and pre-war, early build, traditional hot rods and custom cars, much like this one that's right behind me, this is a fellow Continental Brian Otterer who goes by Beatnik. This is his 29 Model A 2-door sedan that obviously we're doing some work on right now, trying to get it ready for the show. It's a flathead powered car, running the wide whites. It's Dianne can come around here. She can take a look inside. It's kind of dark in here, but we have the transmission out right now because we're doing some work on this clutch assembly. But this is typical of what you're going to see down at the Revolution, and some with paint, some that are still have original paint from Henry Ford, and it's one of the best little car shows in the country. I'm so glad to be part of this thing. Ryan and Keith, once they decided to move it to Austin, asked Will Muntz and myself to help them out with it, and it's a real nice alternative to the Lone Star Roundup, which is the other show that we do in April, which is 2,000 cars and 20,000 people. This one is 150 cars, and a couple thousand people come out to see the cars, and it's just super laid back, and we don't have to work near as hard at this show as we do at the Roundup. That's what I like about it. So, what am I forgetting, Dianne?
The cover is going to be $10.
$10 for spectators. It's a family affair. Kids 12 and under are free. And like I said, the gates will open at 10 a.m. in the morning. It's at the Rockin' R. They call it the Rockin' R Ranch, and if you get to Downtown Green. Right after you go across the river, you'll see it right on the left-hand side. You can't miss it. You'll see old cars rolling around town on Saturday. It's the weekend before Thanksgiving, and hopefully it'll be a beautiful day, and we'll get a lot of people heading to Green to see the cars and shop and drink beer and eat some great food. So that's it from Dave's Perfection Automotive. I got to get back to work and get Brian Sparkman so he can get down into the revenue.
Thanks, Steve. And I hope to see you all down there. And as you can see, this is what you're going to be looking at. So we'll see you all Saturday. Thank you.